also this is assuming there's no external threats, like no other person is gonna like invade your
Mm-hmm.
planet or something like that. Because then the planet, you know what, the planet has a self-defense mechanism. Someone tries invading, their planet gets obliterated. It's done, right?
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, we're back again, you know? So I feel like this week, we've been very serious and it's been a very, out there type of hypotheticals. So we're gonna keep to that, but I feel like we kind of need a mental break of all the talking. So our topic today is if you could create a planet and this planet would be your home planet, what would it be? Like, what if you could create it? What would you do with it? What would be the environmental, like, let's avoid political because we don't really want to get into that again.
Talk
But
too much
what we are,
politics this week.
yeah. So, you
Way
know,
more than our
what,
appetites.
so Reeb, what would be your planet? What would it be if you could design it?
Okay. If I could design it, I'd make a frozen planet, right?
Why?
Similar to Earth in the sense that it has like a continental structure, right? But it would be a not
What would it be?
a an absurdly cold planet. It would always stay at around in between 10 degrees to negative 10 degrees, right?
Is that
So
really a frozen planet though?
it's not absurdly okay, but it's a relatively cooler
Cold
planet. How
planet.
about we say
Yeah,
that,
it's a
right?
cold
Yeah.
planet. Yeah.
Um so it wouldn't be absurdly hot, but it won't be absurdly cold, right? You have a little up down, right? Even though it won't ever
Okay.
really be warm. It just is what it is, right? Um yeah.
Right. So before you continue, I'll tell you what my plan would be. My plan would be, I think, very tropical. You know, very tropical. The
Hmm.
temperature range would probably be from, let's go zero, like just that point till, let's say, like, how am I feeling? Like 26, maybe 22. What's the islands like this time
That's
of
like
year?
sticky heat.
That's not sticky heat. UAE sticky heat. That's okay. That heat
No, no,
I
no.
could work with.
UAE is max humidity, max
It's that's cranked. It's
thermometers
cranked.
just cranked. Yeah. No, that's
Not
terrible.
recently though. That's
No,
kind of
but when
cool.
you say tropical, I mean like usually tropical climates are like sticky heat, right? That's what you're looking at. So
Yeah,
like
but more of just the
humid.
temperature and not
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
Temperatures.
planet itself. I'm gonna get into describing. And so on that note, right? So you've kind of given the general gist of it, right? What would be
Mhm.
the environment of your planet? What would it be like? Just there, not any society, anything like that. What would be if no one lived on it yet? If you were creating
I'd
it, well,
say that okay. So like I said, I wanted to have a continental structure, right? I'd say
okay.
three main continents on the planet would be pretty nice, right? Everything else obviously would just water.
Wouldn't that water be frozen though?
Depends on the seasons.
Oh, you have seasons in this cold planet,
Yes,
going
we
from
have two
-10 to
seasons:
what?
winter and not winter.
It's just summer or not.
Yeah, winter and not winter, right? But I feel like if you live in that temperature, you'll get used to it very easily, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be that. It would just be
Yeah, you
okay.
could
We're not
always
gonna
drip
dive
out
too much into. Yeah.
in in nice
So your plan's like
parkas and
structured in the
jackets and
middle,
stuff.
and one side's hot, one side's cold, and then just like switches.
No, it would be um like polar ice caps would be colder, so you'd have
Okay,
more the negatives in the northern, and then same way that the Earth works, right?
okay,
Um, and landscape wise, I'd have a very out of the three. So one of the three continents would be very like forest, like a little bit of hills and stuff. Another one would be more like so. Let's do it like this, right? My northern continent would be very forest like a
hmm.
little bit hilly, right? Big, giant, chunky trees, right?
You said it had a continent structure. How many continents?
Three,
Because you three. Okay, three.
three
Yeah.
continents, right? And then we have, say, one here and then one little bit more south, right? So the one on
Uh,
the left, make that like a open fields kind of landscape, dare I say it, right? Like just
okay.
open I forget the word for it. Do you remember what I'm do you know what I'm trying to say? Like just like
No.
grassy hills, like grassy
Oh, just
plains,
grass
like a
fields.
plains
Grass
field.
fields.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. And the one down south would be a little like closer to South Pole. So then that would be more usually frozen over kind of continent,
Okay. Yeah, for me,
all
I'd
rocky
probably
mountains,
have it be like 3 continents. I think is pretty good. Like
right?
it's a pretty good
Yeah,
number, right? Because you could have the rivers and all that. Um, the landscaping itself, probably pretty forestry. Like one side of it being very like forestry hills, so that you have like all your minerals and stuff. And then I think it would be like, what would I like to see? I don't know, like maybe a jungle of some sort, a little bit
hmm
more out there, and then like a coastal island, which probably would be the smallest of the three. So
so
it'd be
you'd
like
have
big,
a
big, small,
jungle, an island, and then what was the last one? Sorry.
hilly like mountain forestry.
Hilly, like mountainous, but this
Yeah,
would all be like tropical climate.
yeah, it would all be like, well,
Okay.
not tropical climate in the sense that let's just forget the word tropical and just assume like the temperature of like 0 to like 20. It's
Okay.
rainy sometimes. It's very all over the board, right? Because it's a
20
hypothetical.
still relatively cooler, but it's
Yeah,
not
it's
like
still cool.
cold like my
Yeah,
planet.
yeah. Your planet, it's not your planet's not frozen either. Because when you said a frozen planet, I assumed you meant like the whole thing is
Initially,
frozen.
I was thinking of going for a frozen planet, but then when you pointed it out, I had to modify a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Since we got the tools, to
yeah.
make this happen. Okay. So
So actually,
before
I
we
want to
go any
ask you on that.
further, right?
Yeah.
What would you name your planet?
Oh, didn't you just throw a quick one on me? Tyrannical tundra.
Tyrannical tundra. You're putting two words in it. Ooh, you're fancy,
Yeah.
right?
Tyrannical
I'd call
tundra
mine.
EX3. That's
Okay,
what we're
I'd
calling it.
call
Yeah.
mine Ecterra with a K.
Why
EK
Terra?
Ecterra,
Like
like Terra.
Heron? Like okay.
Ecter Ecterra.
Oh, Ecter. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ecterra.
Yeah. Mine would be Tyrannical tundra EX3. No.
Very scientific.
Now you actually said the landscape, right? What would be the natural like life there? What would it be like?
Okay, so like the southern area is more mountainous, so you'd have like your mountain lions, um, goats, um,
Oh,
I don't know,
okay. So
llamas and stuff like that. That would be like it would be a very like very mountainous area. I don't know what other creatures, sorry, what other animals like live up there? What
I
birds?
don't know.
There's some birds that live up there, right?
I assume birds live there. Yeah.
Yeah, like really cold climate
Yes.
birds.
So you're going very plain. I was gonna make some funky creatures, like 3-legged like horses or like
Oh, if we're going like that, okay, then I'm
it's
doing two-headed.
hypotheticals.
Okay, we're doing two-headed polar bears right
Yeah.
up there, right? Um, we're doing um birds with not two wings but four wings. It's like they're
So
X-wings,
just
like
a
in
bigger
Star
bird.
Wars.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, and if we're actually going to fantasy world, right? In that foresty climate area, we'll also have phoenixes.
Phoenixes. Yeah. So our national animal, like this is especially a big thing, would be like I think a remodeled panda, a little bit backwards developed, so it's even more like off the spectrum, and it would be also originally named Arib. So with
Oh,
that,
thank
it
you.
would probably be I
A
think
little
6 foot,
chunky.
6 foot,
Okay.
right?
Okay, yes,
And
sir.
just yeah,
I am 6 foot, yes, sir.
and just like one like hair string just popping out, just backwards. Um, Probably a rounder face. Got like a carrot for a nose, and a little
You're
snowman-y,
basically
to be
calling
honest.
me a snowman, yeah.
Yeah,
I
a
was gonna
little
say.
snowman-y.
You
But,
know what else I want on my planet?
but
Giant sloths. They
just
they were an actual thing, right? I think like whatever
giant sloths
sloths
back in the
descended from like, actually on Earth, right?
yeah.
They descended from like giant versions of themselves. Bro, I love sloths. They're my
So
favorite
what would
animal.
be
That'd
the
be my national
food?
animal.
What about the food? Would you have
Food.
like
So obviously I have a plains area, so like, cows are good. We already have goats in the mountains, right? Fish from the sea, bro. We're set. Chickens, oh, bro, we'd have like chunky chickens about the size of
Not
dogs.
just give like premium. All cows are like Angus beef, like real prime
Oh
cut meats.
no, forget the Angus. They'll all be Wagyu. They'd be,
But yeah, no. What about the like fruits and vegetables? Would you have any of that? Because I'd have like these massive grapes that look like you just take one piece of the grape and it's like this big, and you just go.
we'd have mangoes. Mangoes all year round. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. And celery. I love me some celery. Right. And
yeah.
potatoes.
Oh, and potatoes. That's actually a good shout.
Potatoes that if you
No
if
rice.
you if you just throw them, I'm not a very big fan of rice.
Oh
Sushi
yeah,
rice, yeah, sure. I mean, it
yeah.
does
Just
naturally
specifically sushi
grow. Yeah,
rice.
that I mean that species of rice,
Okay.
you know. So okay,
No wheat. Nothing like that.
I mean the farmers will deal with that.
I think we'd basically take all the normal gist of like food, but just add our own like little spice food or something like that. Just
I
like
mean, now that you
I would have
say
massive
it,
trees that just grow like pasta and stuff.
um, oh, and like giant salmon, like
And so-
huge salmon.
and you think you're gonna be able to like reel one in?
No, I fisherman.
Oh, yeah, fisherman. Okay, so this is what it
Yeah,
was gonna be like. What would be your age of like technology? What would you like era would you be in?
it would be a like steampunk-esque society. Like
Yeah, so we're both
had
going backwards in
internets,
time.
had steampunk isn't backwards though,
It's kind of
because
backwards. It's not forward. It's not futuristic.
steampunk is taking like old aesthetic with future technology, but it's
Yeah, but you
just
don't
kind of
think that would
skipping the entire modern bit.
Yeah, but you're making a planet that's super like natural and you're putting
Okay,
steampunk into
well,
it.
let me put it like this, right? I know we said we wouldn't go into politics that much in this, right? But like leadership and like governance of the planet would be done one city basically. It would be a monarchy. We'd have a kingship, right?
All right, cool.
It would be a society, and I'm getting to your point that like what kind of like technology would we be at? It would be a society where it's like knights and like there'd be dragons on the planet. Now that I'm thinking about it, right? Knights and dragons, kind of like medieval society, but really high tech. So kind of make it like steampunk instead of like industrial era with high tech. Make it medieval era with really high tech.
Yeah, but wouldn't that ruin the planet then? Because people
No,
are
why
super high
not?
tech.
No,
And then the
why not?
people that
Why would it?
revolt and like, because why wouldn't it? You're going into steampunk. That would basically pollute the planet again.
Well, my planet's different. It's
Yeah,
built
what?
different.
Yeah, yeah.
My planet's
But
built different. No, like we'd have like clean energy like sources. I don't know.
yeah, my plan would be different. My plan would be like in the era of like katanas and stuff like that, right?
Oh, so
So
feudal Japan, right? I think that's
yeah,
feudal
yeah,
Japan.
like feudal Japan, right? So that, but then also the planet would have a self function to like population control. So the planet would make sure that the humans never get above a certain number and will always stay to like I don't know, like a billion, 2 billion people on that planet. And on top of that, right? I don't know, it could be like a nightmare story where like, I think you mentioned this, right? Like could like these monsters come out if there's too many humans, you just drag them out, get them done with.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that
Yeah,
the other day.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, for population control, I'd actually do the opposite. So you're thinking more Thanos style population control where people, you know, cut it, right?
I was
I
thinking of
would
my
do
planet's not evolving.
I would make it where my planet is kind of living, where anytime there is like waste product, so like say carbon dioxide going into the atmosphere or
Mhm.
excrement going into the planet, right? Or plastics would just be thrown out, right? The planet would like absorb it over time and then actually grow and increase the resources, but like growing like the same kind of proportions that it is already. Just it
Yeah,
grow
self-managed.
itself and its
Yeah, for
land. Yeah.
me, I don't want anything futuristic like that. I want to keep it simple.
That'd
And
be
I want to
simple.
also I would limit humans so that they can't evolve like too much. So the humans on that planet, like also this is assuming there's no external threats, like no other person is gonna like invade your
Mm-hmm.
planet or something like that. Because then the planet, you know what, the planet has a self-defense mechanism. Someone tries invading, their planet gets obliterated. It's done, right? But the but the humans on that planet, they're gonna stick to that era. They're mentally not able to progress any further. That's it. We're done. We're sticking there. We're having a good life. We're chilling. They're
No,
katanaing each other.
my humans would be able to progress really far. Like I
Yeah,
think it would get to the point where they're able to um I don't know, modify or crossbreed where you'd have like half dragon, half human kind of people. That'd be so sick.
I can't be bothered with all that. You're telling me this isn't enough for your head already? Now you got to go into live in a society
By the
where you
way,
have to learn about
just for the like
crossbreeding
the
and gene.
aesthetic that I wanna like show you, just hit my mind, right? I'd say that the closest thing that you can think of to get to this, like to see what it would look like what the actual like aesthetic of the
Yeah,
place would be, um, of the people at least, would be, and I'll put it up on screen for everyone to see. You know, Mecha Kingdoms, the
no,
skins in League, like Mecha Kingdoms Garen.
no, I don't know
Okay,
this.
well I'll send you. Just
We'll just put it up. Yeah, during
Yeah, I'll
editing.
put it up. But that is a very good show of how it would look like. Like knights would have like suits like that. It would be really sick.
Yeah, for me, no, we're keeping it simple.
So,
I'm,
would you have
I'm.
different countries on your planet, or would you have like a single country, like running the entire
Oh yeah, it's definitely
world?
monarch.
Oh,
Just one.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I do
Yeah.
the exact same.
And even if there's two, right, they could fight for it. That's not really my problem. Like, they're in that era. They could fight as much as they want. They just can't progress. So we got a little
So
tempo
you said that you wanted to limit their
growth.
capabilities of making tech, right? Where would you limit them to?
Uh,
Like
anything that
what would you say
potentially.
that they would peak out and just plateau at?
Oh yeah, they would never get into ranged weaponry. Like
Range
maybe
weaponry.
bows.
So
They'd get into
bows,
bows.
yeah.
They'd get into bows, but they won't get into
Crossbows,
like yeah.
trebuchets.
Yeah, those are fun. They won't get into
Okay,
any
so
like
just mechanical things they would do,
yeah.
not electronics.
I I don't know if our guns are electronics. They're not electronics.
No, no, they're not.
Yeah, no.
No, no.
So just not anywhere
Sorry,
past
my bad.
like guns or something like that. They'd stick to like olden ways. I think the
Okay,
culture
but would
itself
you
would
have
be very old.
electronics now that we bring that up?
Would I have electronics as in like housing needs and all that? I think kinda like
Wi-Fi, aircon.
no, not Wi-Fi. No, not aircon either.
No Wi-Fi?
More,
No
oh man,
internet?
I'm good. I feel like I'm too like I'm too country like for that whole futuristic stuff. So I think some like lighting that would be good, and they could progress a lot in medicine. Medicine would be okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
Here's another question. Now that you bring up medicine and sciences, right? So we've talked very
Not
science and
medicine to negate weaponry, if that's what you're gonna ask, or to
okay,
an extent where it's gonna be
My
immunity.
question is, so we've got a lot of sciences going around in our worlds, right? But let's go a little deeper into the like fantasy portion of it, right? Would you have magic on your planet?
No,
Wizards, witches,
that
stuff
would
like that.
defeat the point of swords and stuff. Like they'd have
I
parachute
mean,
just
not
wall boom.
really.
Maybe like a select population, like
Yeah, so
three
wizards and
families,
witches
like
kind of
three
thing. Yeah.
families, but
Okay.
they would be morally like unable to abuse that power. Like they'd be able to use it for whatever they want, but they can't use it just to exploit. Like if you knew something you were doing wasn't for the purpose of like a good
I'd have
cause
like
or
a
just in general.
I'd have both sciences, magic, and a mix between sciences and magic.
Yeah, but I
I
feel
think
like
that would
that's
be
kind of
so
your whole
sick.
planet. I mean,
Yeah.
for a planet that is very basic, you have a massive like
I mean,
like
no, the landscaping is very basic. It's very like
yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying. And
thing,
then you have
right?
this massive advanced like
Yeah.
technologies and
I mean, yeah, but that's just like I'm not trying to cap my people out, right? But I
yeah.
think like that would be so cool.
Yeah, I think I would rather go back. I don't want to live in that world where there's so much technology. You know how much studying you'd have to do? like just to get involved in that society, and even if they have like brain chips or something to like like speed up your son to get ahead in that society, you're gonna have to do so much work. No,
But it's
man.
not a capitalist society.
Yeah,
It's a
cool.
monarchy.
So
You're
what?
not trying to get ahead of everyone. You're trying to work with everyone
Yeah, but you're still
under
trying
your
to be
king,
able. Yeah,
under
but
your
you're still
kingdom.
trying to. Yes, but you're still trying to be able to be at that level where you can contribute. And to be able to can contribute, you need to understand the stuff around you. And to do that, you need to learn about them, even if they have processes in your
Yeah,
brain to make it
that's just
faster.
how the world is anyway.
Yeah, so exactly. I don't want to do that. I want to go back and just chill. Like,
Make
we're
it
good.
so that basically the entry to for greatness is very, very low. So the bar is set really low for you to go off and be able to do something great.
Yeah, it's just a different type of lifestyle. You don't
Okay.
really want to like be greater than everyone or do
So
something
talking
amazing.
about greatness, and I think this is a very big thing in like very fantasy
Hmm.
novels, I'd say, and video games, right? Is that these main characters always like to go off and say, "Okay, I've slain a big beast," right? And that's my form of glory. So if now we have to add a little bit of like conflict to our worlds because we can't just make heaven,
Yeah, it
right?
would be worse.
Right. So I've already said that there are dragons on my planet, right? What beasts or what hostile creatures would you have on your planet?
Yeah, like the natural like animals there, like I said, the three-legged stuff or stuff like that. It'd be physical fights. It would be more of like you'd slain the person on physical feet rather than
So you'd want
technology.
more human to human conflict.
Human to human, human to animal, whatever it is, right? And like wars internally. But other than that, it would just
Okay, so
be
you want countries because wars wouldn't make too much
yeah,
sense if it's just internal, just one
yeah.
country.
No, that's why I said it was like two. It was like two
Okay,
big ones.
okay, so
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
you
just
wouldn't
stuff
want
like that.
any big beasts,
No, there could be big
monstrous
beasts. It's
creatures.
all the natural. Like that's different else, but just internally it would be like people against
Okay,
people.
so
But
internally would be people versus people, but would you want any, I don't know, dragons or something like that?
there
If
would
you had to
no,
name one.
I think it would just be like the planet's continuous threat to society because they're not evolving to the point where the
Right,
planet
yeah,
is no
you're
longer a threat.
right. I completely forgot about that, but your planet is self-sustaining
Yeah.
in that sense. Yeah, okay.
Your
That
planet
makes
is
sense.
advanced, so you need an enemy. My planet, we're chilling.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
our
Okay.
planet, the planet is still at
So
war. I
my
think that's
planet would have a sort of thing where it would have every once a month, you could say, right? A blood moon.
event. Yeah.
A blood
Mm.
moon, right? Blood moons would be so cool, where it would literally be, but it wouldn't be like a demonic blood moon because I feel like that's just overdone whenever the like a blood moon concept comes up,
You know,
right?
you'd have to live in this planet, right?
Yeah, I'd
And
have
you'd
so
want
much
to.
fun. I'd have so much fun,
Yeah, no, I'm good.
right?
I'm gonna stick to my wake up in the morning, sunset, you go out, you practice your sword, you come
Yeah,
back, your
but
wife's
these,
there, you're chilling,
yeah, but like,
done.
okay, imagine the rush when you go off and you kill. Okay, yeah. So one creature that I really want in my planet, just before I tell you like that whole thing, right? Um, I want hydras on my planet, like multiple headed, like I think they're dragons, right? Their base creature's a dragon, like the one where it's like multi-headed.
Yeah,
I'm
your
pretty sure it's
planet is
multi-headed dragons. But yeah,
like which
hydras, and I'd say in the forest it would be like giant, like massive size, like brown bears
yeah, but you see, that's because your technology is that advanced. The only like set of like dopamine they would get is from doing that, right? You said the rush, right? Because for you guys being that
from a
involved,
hunt,
that
basically. Yeah.
yeah, that would be the threat that would be the only thing that actually provides that level of satisfaction. But in my planet, you don't need something that fantasy like, right? Because you're still trying to survive. Just having a hunt or having wars or stuff is already enough mentally. Like you go in, you live your life, you slaughter a few animals, you come back, you have your wars. That's very satisfying in their own regard because they
I
haven't
think
evolved to the point where
my
they're
version of satisfaction for my people would be working together to get these kind of things done. It really wouldn't be a
oh, so
solo
you're
job.
so you're
Yeah.
making
So that's what I'm saying, right? Being under a monarchy, like it again, it's not a very capitalist society. I mean, of course you'd have your like stores and merchants and whatnot in the kingdom, right? But everyone would be working towards helping each other out. More of a
So you've edited
communist-esque
their genes.
society. Sorry?
You've edited their mental thoughts and all
Well,
that,
it's
right?
just how the people are there. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I'd say the mentality would be generally, right? Where they'd want to work together to do. Obviously, there would be conflict in
I
between them.
guess
That's
then,
just
yeah.
how humans are, right? But on the overall, they'd be working together for the kingdom, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we have different opinions here. You're way more into the future, and I'm way more, country bumpkin. If I had to say here, I'm here like I'm gonna chill with my wife. I'm gonna settle down, go out, practice my sword, do my thing.
Running a settled down kind of guy.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, man. In that case, yeah. Um, but no, I think we don't really have much else to say in this. Like, it's a very interesting topic, and I think we
Oh
could
yeah.
ramble about it the whole
I
time.
honestly think, yeah, I think that was a great, yeah, that was a great thing.
Yeah. Either
But yeah,
way, yeah, you guys, drop a subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Drop a like. You know, what were your thoughts on our planets? Which one would be more, preferred for you if you had to live in one, or if
mhm.
you had to create your own? What would you do and why? Other than that, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, if you guys liked the video, please don't forget to drop a like and comment on what you think our planets would be like, or drop a small description of how you think our planets would actually function, or what you would
Would
make in
it?
your planets. Yeah, would it function? Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you really liked our content, please subscribe, see more of us. We post 6 out of 7 days a week. And
Yeah,
yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow,
hopefully.
we're actually posting a special, so be ready
Yeah,
for
stay
that.
tuned.
See ya.
Mm. That was good. That was
Oh,
really
that was
good.
great.
Yeah.
But your planet?
Your planet is so much work. Bro, imagine the requirements from these. You're recording. Stop recording. Yeah.